Listen, I'll tell you. The chemistry of fortune. Sadness gives you root. Happiness gives you wings. Sadness gives you depth. Happiness gives you wing, sky. Do not attract sadness or do not invite sadness. There is something else, the equivalent replacement for sadness. Listen. If you are diabetic, how instead of white sugar, you have something sugar equivalent. What is that called? There are many false. I don't want to tell all those names. There's a Indian traditional jaggery. Like when you are diabetic, how you take the sugar equivalents, which is sweet but does not cause the ill effects of sugar. Same way, listen carefully, this statement. Equivalent of the sadness means all the good effects of the sadness will be brought to you like a growing roots and depth, but not the ill effects of the sadness, that is called prayer. Listen. Prayer is a powerful, constant praying mentality is a powerful equivalent to sadness without any negative effects of sadness on your system. Sadness gives certain depth and roots to you. The same kind of depth and roots will grow in you with prayer without having the ill effects of the sadness on your body and mind, on your system. Listen, this is very subtle understanding. Don't think I am equating sadness and prayer. I am making you understand prayer can liberate you from the need of sadness. Listen, whenever you grow wings, as a nature, you have to grow roots. You try your best to grow the wings of happiness. If it becomes 100 feet tall, no other way, you have to grow 100 feet root. When you have to grow 100 feet root, if you use prayer and grow the roots, sadness will not be forced on you by nature. When you don't use prayer, the sadness will be forced on you because you need to grow roots. Chemistry of fortune is prayer. Understand, if you know the right context and do the prayer itself is different. Don't say, oh, I am praying all these days. What is there newly Nithyananda is telling? With this understanding, pray and see, then you will realize what Nithyananda is telling. Physics of the fortune is tyaga. Chemistry of fortune is prayer. Keep your brain and the system in prayer chemistry. Prayer chemistry means Everything unknown to you in your life is worshipped by you and invoked by you, not feared by you. Listen, I am defining the chemistry of prayer. The chemistry of prayer which you need to retain in your system. Everything unknown to you is worshipped by you and revered by you, not feared by you. That's the beauty of Hinduism. Kali Bayankari, I love you. Kali Bayankari Suli Madangini, I love you. You are ferocious, terrorizing darkness. O Kali, I love you. The chemistry of prayer. Understand. Now, for the sake of argument, I am conceding, I am not completely accepting, even if you equate wealth and currency, the chemistry of prayer keeps your stamina alive constantly to keep going in your life. When things get tough, only tough people keep going. The toughness, the stamina your bone marrow needs, your system needs to keep going, comes by the chemistry of prayer. Chemistry of prayer. I tell you, always keep yourself surrounded by the prayerful stotras, which keeps you in the mood of prayer. You will become so rich. You don't know. I am telling you, this statement I am making, even though I am not giving you logically substantiating arguments, I am just giving you conclusions because of lack of time, not because I don't have arguments to substantiate my claim. Just because of lack of time, I am giving you this conclusion. Maybe in next few days satsang, I will substantiate my conclusion. Attend those satsangs if you want to know how I am substantiating my conclusions. Now I am giving you straight conclusion. Keep yourself surrounded by the music or the stotras, chanting, sounds, invoking prayerful mood in you. You will become rich and wealthy. Listen. I'll define prayer. Prayer, prayerful mood, chemistry of prayer, all that I am defining. Worshipping everything unknown in our life is prayer. avyakta, unmanifest, unknown component of our life is our God. Instead of being feared and frightened by it, worshipping, revering, welcoming it is prayerful mood and chemistry of prayer. Practicing prayer consciousness means worshipping everything unknown, avyakta, unmanifest in your life. Understand? You can only have two attitudes towards your unmanifest future. Either get frightened, shiver, have nervous breakdown, and have all phobios, mimios, checkbook, go to psychologist to get more terrorized. I tell you, most cheapest stealing is when somebody is collapsed in accident, lying in half coma in the street, and you try to snatch their Mangal Sutra. That's the most cheapest stealing. Even in stealing there are levels. You steal a bank which robs others. No, I'm not justifying. The most cheapest stealing is somebody in the road accident, fallen in half unconscious, half coma in the street, and they need to be saved in next few minutes, otherwise they will die, and you snatch their Mangal Sutra. Is the most cheap way of stealing. Instead of giving CPR, you try to snatch their diamond nose ring. That's the most cheap way of stealing. I tell you, equivalent to that stealing is the money robbed by psychiatrists and psychoanalysts and psychologists. Putting a person in half coma and snatching it from them. Worst stealing. I tell you. Understand prayer. Avyakta, unmanifest of your life, which is your future. Either you can be terrorized about it, you can be worshipping it. Worshipping it grows the roots and depth you require to carry on with life. You need to know one of the beautiful, important Hindu principle. Mahasannidhanam, yes, 5 heads. But his son Subramanya has a sixth head. Then who gave the sixth head? His unmanifest, avyakta. That component is the sixth head in Subramanya. The sixth head is shown only to yogis who are in a prayerful mood, worshipping mood, not the fellows who are frightened mood. Understand? In front of avyakta, stand like this, not like this. Chemistry of prayer is being prayerful, worshipping, revering the unmanifest of universe, avyakta of universe. Your whole future is avyakta, unmanifest. It's avyakta face of Sadashiva. Don't be frightened about the avyakta face of Sadashiva. Be respectful, revere, worship the avyakta face of Sadashiva. Understand, your silly imaginations about your future makes you frightened about the avyakta of cosmos. Your silly imaginations about your future. Again, silly imaginations means you should just visualize the street fight with the plastic parts. You can go on with that without conclusion. Chemistry of fortune is prayer. One more thing you need to understand. Listen. In your actions, muscles are toned. In your kitchen, muscles are fed. While you are sleeping, they are rebuilt. That is why the gym, more action, more muscles are toned, more muscles are going to be built in the sleep. In your action, muscles are toned. Now I am not saying T-O-N-E-D. T-O-R means stored. Kitchen, they are fed. In sleep, they are rebuilt. Listen, same way, in your joy, your conscious muscles are stored. In your cherishing thought, the thought currents you cherish, they are fed. In your deep depth mood, they are rebuilt. The depth mood should not be sadness, it should be replaced with prayer. If you don't replace with prayer, sadness will be forced because they need to be rebuilt. This is biology of conscious muscle building. If you build conscious muscles, that is what is described in our tradition. With 100 hands, our gods and goddesses, means they built conscious muscles, which is beyond your eyes. They stand with 10 heads or 25 heads or 100 heads, stand with 1,000 hands. All that is conscious muscle. Listen. Chemistry of fortune is prayerfulness. With more and more time you spend in the deep prayer, means the avyakta component of Mahasannidhanam. I pray to you, I want my life like this, but I know I may not be complete. With my petition, I put a disclaimer, I may not be complete, but I request you to use your complete intelligence before granting my application. Keep yourself in deep prayerful mood. That will bring so much of stamina, strength. That's where your conscious muscles will be built.